It was good, you all. Hope all is well out there with you beautiful people. We are back at it again with another video. Today we have a comparison between Saucony Endorphin Speed 4 and the Boston 12. Now, I've been testing these out in tandem for the last week and a half, and I got a lot to say because I don't know which one to choose, baby. One of these is better than the other, and we'll get into the details of it right now. Now, as you all know, I gave this shoe a lot of hate for whatever reason because of the step and feel. I judged a book by its cover, and I apologize for that. I apologize to you. I put this on feet, and I did not feel an instant connection like I did with the Hoka Mach 6 and the Rebel V4. So I wrote this off. I actually sent this back. And then my father-in-law, shout out my father-in-law, he bought me this for my birthday. And so here we are. Match made in heaven now. I've put nearly 100 miles on this baby, and I've been loving it. This is a shoe. It's a no-nonsense shoe. You put it on feet, you forget about it. You forget about it. It's comfortable, it's responsive, and it just goes. It does everything you need it to. I wear this around the house, I wear this just in the airport, and I run in this shoe. This has everything I need. Here are the stats. Everything you knew about the shoe, right here. Everything about this shoe screams comfort. And it's a great versatile shoe. But the only thing that I have to say about the shoe is the narrow toe box. I don't know if it's just me or the shoes that I buy, but for some reason, I got fat feet. Nobody likes to admit they should be wearing a wide, but I should probably just be buying wides going forward. I mean, when I play ball and my school would give me my shoes, it never was in wide, and I never have this issue. Maybe it's because I gotten older, feet got bigger. I don't know what it is. But now, every running shoe that I get, not every running shoe, with the exception of the V4, the Rebel V4, I'm always having toe rub. Always on the left side too. So, maybe that's a me issue or it's a shoe issue. For now, I'm gonna live in denial and I'm gonna blame it on the shoes. But aside from that, an amazing shoe. Removable insole, which we all like, not perforated at all. So when this thing does get wet, it stays wet for quite some time. But like I said, this shoe is extremely responsive. I've really enjoyed putting miles on the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. The upper is a zonal mesh upper. It's very nice. Very, very, very nice. Soft to the touch. Midsole, you got that Power Run PB. Can we get it to focus? Midsole, Power Run PB. Very nice. And you got a nylon plate in there. I know I said no plates all of 2024, but I had to make the exception for this and the Boston 12 because I got them at such a steep discount. So it is what it is. Rules are meant to be broken, all right? They're meant to be broken. And we broke our own rules. But yes, very nice shoe, nylon plate, and you have that Power Run PB. Also, you got the XT90 grip, and you can see that nylon plate right in there as well. Over, I don't know, 70, 80 miles that I put on this shoe, it's definitely withstand most of the beating that I put onto it. No real signs of wear or tear as well, and it's just an all-around great shoe. I'm sorry that I led this shoe astray. I'm sorry that I woofed on this shoe so much because I was wrong. And every time I put this shoe on feet, it just is a no-nonsense shoe. I forget about it. And I love sneakers like that. When you just put them on feet and you just forget about it, you just go on your run. I had both of these shoes and I had a recovery run scheduled. And I was like, pick these. Great for recovery runs as well. I mean, it's not a max cushion shoe, but if I had to pick between the two, I would definitely take this on a recovery run right now. The Boston 12 has not been broken in completely, but we're going to get into the Boston 12 in just a bit. Now, the Boston 12, I'm biased when it comes to the Boston 12 because the Boston 12, the Boston series started it for me. Boston 10 was the first shoe that I bought. The Boston 11 I also bought as well. And now we're here with the Boston 12. I will continue to buy the Boston series because it is one of my favorite daily trainers. It is very exciting to have any type of run scheduled in this shoe. The only riff that I have is the braking period. Now, they improved the braking period in the 12 because, in my opinion, I think I can probably break these in less than 50 miles, maybe 30, 40 miles. These are probably broken in compared to the other versions, the 11 and the 10. I took the 50 to 100 miles to break them in. Sorry, the air conditioner went off and it got extremely quiet. I'm like, what was that? But anyways, let's talk about the Boston 12. Boston 12, they finally fixed the upper. Now, it is a engineered mesh, an entire upper, and it promotes breathability. It does also have a removable sole. It is not ventilated as well, so you will have some issues when it comes to drying them out. That tongue, it's just a piece of fabric, no ventilation in it, no ventilation as well. But overall, I'm extremely happy that they fixed the problem with the upper in this version by including an engineered mesh. And I feel like, in my opinion, it's much more breathable. It dries quickly. I'm not in the Florida heat right now, but when I do get back, we will test the Florida heat to see how well these dry. But since I've been putting big miles in these, I have not had any problems with it drying up. Now, the midsole, the infamous midsole, you got the Like Strike Pro, which is the top layer. And then you also have the Like Strike 2.0, which is the bottom layer. The Like Strike Pro obviously is their racing foam, and the Like Strike is going to be their training foam. You also can see that there's a cutout for their fiberglass rods. They don't use carbon fiber, they use fiberglass because Adidas is obviously bougie. They want to differentiate themselves from their class, I guess. Glass rods right in there as well, as you can see. And I do have a write-up in my description if you want to dive deeper into what the the fiberglass rods do and why they're so much more efficient than the why people assume they're so much more efficient than the carbon fiber plates that you see in most shoes. Now, the hard question is, which one do I prefer? Do I prefer the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4 or the Boston 12? It's a very hard question to answer. When it comes to the sole, you have that continental sole, and that's one of the favorite things, my favorite about Adidas is they use continental soles. Great material to use, and you can see that it covers the entire sole of the shoe with the exception of a small part. That tells you that this shoe is great for training. Now, I put close to 50 miles on these, and I am still running in these. I did a long run already. That review you'll see next. And it's held up extremely well. Now, one issue that I do have with this is there is some slippage. So I do have to do a runner's knot in order to get this a tight fit. If not, then my foot does move around quite some bit in the shoe with my socks that I usually wear. Aside from that, no complaints with the Boston 12. In my opinion, it all comes down to personal preference, okay? When it comes down to the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4, that shoe has no break-in period at all. That shoe is ready to go right out the box. The material is soft, it's flexible, it's flimsy to a degree. That nylon plate gives it some support, but again, it is definitely nothing near to the Boston 12, which is much more rigid. So it's all about preference. Do you prefer a break-in period? Do you prefer a shoe that takes 50 to 100 miles perhaps to break in? Or do you prefer a shoe that is ready right out the box? At that point, that's all it comes down to, because the materials in the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4, as well as the materials in the Boston 12, or in my opinion, both really good. I honestly have no complaints when it comes to either of the shoe, and I'm enjoying running in them. Let me know which one is your favorite shoe. That is all I got. I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.